What's up, Falcon fans and non-Falcon fans? On today's episode of Falcon Cave, where I'll discuss a Falcon topic, and you guys, the audience, will either love it or hate it. And if you guys do so, hit that like button. It helps out the channel. And if you guys want to hit that dislike button, I ain't gonna stop you. It won't hurt your boy's feelings. Well, maybe just a little bit. But also on that note, if you want to do a huge favor for your boy by hitting that subscribe button, it helps out the empire grow tremendously. So on that note, let's discuss why a lot of NFL fans are not too happy about this new NFL rule that supposedly, by the way, I'm doing this in air quotes, to be safer and protect the players, even though it's really impossible because at the end of the day, you're still playing football. That's probably one of the most dangerous sports in the world because you're going to have men going head to head in full padding and like 200 to maybe sometimes 300 pounders of just connecting with each other. Is brutal over there. It's like pure warfare. But besides that, so where was going on with this? Okay, I was getting off track. Okay, so on this tweet that Tom Pelissero's done, I'm gonna put it up right here on the board, where it states, NFL owners approve the resolutions putting the ball on the 25-yard line, allowing a fair catch on a kickoff, I am told, quote unquote. Obviously, special teams coordinators will definitely oppose this change. Why, my people might say? Because you're giving the incentive of not trying to go for it to get more yardage when the ball is thrown to their hands, or try to go for a kickoff touchdown because you're already giving them a 5 yards extra yards when they don't need to. You know, they could just kneel and already get the 25-yard line off the boat, and that's pretty good. But even still, they're trying to make this safe, but you're kind of hurting, you know, especially the special teams coordinator's job. Then what's the point of having him? Where, you know, you come up with these strategies of, you know, having formations where you're trying to block the other side of the players to making sure that that one guy can cut all those guys and go for it. Now that's useless in my opinion. And then also, if that's the case, there's no point having a special teams coordinator because you're just telling them don't try to go for it down the field. Don't try to get, you know, kickoff touchdown. Don't even try because you're already getting a 5-yard extra advantage when you don't have to do anything. Because sometimes when you do try to go for it, you might gain 5 yards, 10 yards, 15, or maybe you even lose some yards. So this is not my favorite thing that the NFL has done so far, but we have to see it in play to really see how good this is, to be honest with you. And I feel bad for some of these special teams players because this is the only opportunity they will ever have when they make it to the 53-man squad, because a lot of times they're not star players. Let's be honest with ourselves. Only very few special teams players will ever get that type of recognition. You know, like Devin Hester, you know, Cribbs, you know, from the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry, my boy, if I'm butchering your names. You know, CP. I mean, this really hurts these guys who are trying to make the squad when, you know, they already have a disadvantage when, you know, some of them are wide receivers or running backs or corners or safeties or whatever position they play on, where this is the only time to shine. And now you're telling them, well, don't try to go for it because you know how the NFL wants to make it easier and safer. I'm sorry, you're hurting those players' business. You're hurting them getting a chance to make a name for themselves. Maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm not, but I don't know. I just don't like this at all, you guys. I just don't. I know a lot of people will probably say, well, Falcon Empire, they do this in college. Absolutely, you're right. And that's fine because that's the college level. But this is the NFL where they are professionals, and this is what they're supposed to do. Remember, a lot of people have been complaining for these past couple of years how the NFL, quote unquote, is being soft because they're not allowing their players to get tackled, you know, with these brutal, you know, takedowns. And yeah, you want them to be safe at the end of the day because you don't want anybody to get hurt. But that's football for you. I mean, football, like I stated earlier in the beginning, football is a very dangerous sport. And yes, I wish they do find ways to make it safe, but what at the cost? I mean, but what at the cost, though, of not them properly tackle? Like all these players are going 100%. You can't tell a player to go 50%, 70%, because that will hurt them as well. So there has to be a fine balance in all this, and I don't know if the NFL can last as long. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe this is a good industry Question for you guys. Do you guys think the NFL can last in 30 years if the NFL is kind of trending of this type of mentality? I don't know. Do you guys agree or disagree with that? I'm just very curious what you guys think on that type of topic, by the way. But a side note to that, I just wish we could figure everything where it's safe for the players, but it's still fun for the fans. And I just don't know you can find that, right balance at this proper time and juncture just yet. But I do really feel bad about special teams gameplay because let's be honest with ourselves. Most people, I guarantee you, probably don't even give a flute about watching special teams anyways. I mean, let's be honest. I think every time when you see a special team kickoff or punt return is going on, most people are probably on their phone or doing something else, not paying attention to the TV screen. Or maybe I'm the only one that watches, everything. But I don't know. But I don't know how fun it would be. Because, I've heard a lot of time on Twitter and Instagram and all these other social medias where they're saying that, oh, the NFL is not fun anymore. NFL is boring. That type of stuff. And that's why a lot of people are more into the college level of entertainment when it comes to football instead of professional. I'm more of NFL myself type of dude, only because I can't watch my Georgia Tech games. I can always watch Alabama games, with no problem, by the way. Or especially Missouri games. I can never find any Missouri games, but that's beside the point. I got way off track what I was supposed to talk about of this entire video about how the Atlanta Falcons will attack this situation. Will this help them? Will this hurt them? Well, CP, I don't know. He's already old, so this might not really affect him at all. Obviously, Adrian Williams tore his ACL today, so it doesn't really count for him. Hopefully, he can have a speedy recovery. And so that leaves with other Falcon players that might get the opportunity. Honestly, I want to know who would that be. Maybe Kadarius Hodge can play some. Penny Hart from Seattle we just got, number 19. Scotty Miller, he had one kickoff return for 29 yards in 2021. Don't quote me on that. And maybe another running back, or we probably get somebody in free agency that we couldn't do it earlier. So who knows? There's a lot of opportunities the Falcons could go by, but I just don't know how plausible this will help us in the long run. This rule might just be a one-year rule, so this might be a really ridiculous rant that probably shouldn't be happening in the first place. So who knows about that? But I'm hoping for the best for the Atlanta Falcons, definitely, and hopefully we can win the Super Bowl. So on that note, if you guys like this type of content, let me know by hitting that like button. So what do Falcons do? Rise up. Until the next episode, show love and peace to the world, and peace.